for now.
Hey, WWE lovers, welcome to Pinfall Headlines, your source for match recaps and breaking wrestling news. Hit that bell and let's roll. The wrestling world lit up overnight with one of the most talked about backstage moments in recent memory. A leaked clip that supposedly captured Seth Rollins reacting to Becky Lynch's surprise pregnancy announcement. Fans didn't just buzz about it, they exploded into debates, arguments, and full-blown comment section wars. The emotional intensity wasn't because the moment was shown on camera or written into a storyline. It was because this rumor, centered around two of wrestling's biggest stars, blurred the lines between fiction and reality in a way few stories ever managed to do. The idea that a private conversation between Seth and Becky might have been recorded without their knowledge sent fans spiraling into speculation, disbelief, and fiery opinions that divided the community almost instantly. The rumor that sparked the controversy. According to the viral post circulating online, Seth Rollins didn't react with joy, hugs, or excitement when Becky told the backstage team she was expecting. Instead, the leaked audio clip allegedly captured him sounding frustrated, overwhelmed, and even shocked by the timing of the announcement. The supposed comments painted him as someone caught between personal happiness and professional pressure, an image fans weren't used to seeing. Even though this rumor spread faster than wildfire, the truth behind it quickly became tangled in fan theories, online arguments, and conflicting claims. What the leaked audio allegedly said. The audio clip that stirred all the drama was said to capture Seth expressing stress about upcoming plans, storyline commitments, and the pressure of suddenly having everything shift. The phrase most fans fixated on was him allegedly saying, "We just got our momentum back." Whether real or fake, the line triggered a wave of reactions from fans who saw it as insensitive, practical, relatable, or completely misunderstood. The emotional nuance of the situation, if it had been real, would have made sense for anyone juggling a demanding career and major life news, but the internet rarely deals in nuance. It deals in sides. Why fans were so strongly divided. The wrestling community didn't hesitate to split into two passionate sides. One group insisted Seth's reaction, fictional or not, reflected the real pressures facing performers balancing personal milestones with the non-stop schedule of sports entertainment. The other group believed that any hint of frustration towards such happy news was unacceptable, especially from a loving partner. What made this divide even stronger was how deeply invested fans are in Seth and Becky as a couple. They're not just performers. They're symbols of determination, partnership, and breaking barriers together. So the idea of them struggling struck fans right in the heart. The ambitious storyline fans never got to see. Part of what fueled the debate was the circulating claim that WWE had been planning a massive storyline involving both Seth and Becky, something long-term, career-defining, and historic. The rumor said it included coordinated arcs, championship runs, media appearances, and a huge WrestleMania moment that would have broken new ground for real-life wrestling couples. Within the fictional narrative, this added emotional weight to Seth's rumored reaction because it painted him as someone reacting not just as a husband, but as a performer watching months of creative planning shift at the last second. The professional pressure behind the story. In the world of wrestling storytelling, performers often balance intense schedules, physical demands, travel commitments, and creative expectations. The fictional storyline suggested that Seth had turned down outside opportunities to fully invest in the arc planned for him and Becky. This wasn't portrayed to paint him as selfish, but as someone who cared deeply about the craft and the direction of his career. It added context rather than judgment. illustrating the complexity that performers face when personal milestones and professional obligations collide. The heated backstage exchange, fictional but powerful. Another element of the story said that Becky fired right back during the supposed backstage argument, standing her ground and expressing her own frustrations. Though entirely fictional, the idea resonated with fans because it portrayed her as strong, confident, and unwilling to let pressure overshadow her joy. The emotional punch of that moment was exaggerated on purpose, part of the storytelling designed to spark conversation, create tension, and explore the personal side of two powerhouse performers under extraordinary circumstances. How the wrestling community reacted, fans across social media, forums, and discussion pages dove into this story with intensity rarely seen outside actual televised drama. Some empathized with Seth's fictional stress, seeing him as a performer overwhelmed by sudden changes. Others passionately defended Becky, framing her as the heart of the situation and deserving unwavering support. It wasn't just a storyline. It was a touchpoint for real conversations about balancing career goals with family, managing public scrutiny, and dealing with expectations in high-pressure industries. The silence that fueled even more speculation. Neither Seth nor Becky addressed the rumor, which only added fuel to the fire. The silence became its own storyline as fans wondered whether the clip was real, fake, exaggerated, or simply misunderstood. WWE remained equally quiet, refusing to comment on private backstage interactions, something that matched their long-standing policy. This lack of confirmation kept fans theorizing and digging deeper, creating a buzz that lasted far longer than anyone expected. The reality behind the fiction. Eventually, multiple trusted voices within the wrestling community clarified that the leaked audio was not real. It was either edited, fabricated, or taken from unrelated footage and misrepresented. In reality, both Seth and Becky handled the pregnancy news professionally and personally with mutual support and joy. They worked with the creative team to adjust storylines, made decisions together, and prioritized their family while balancing their careers. The truth was calm, respectful, and collaborative, very different from the dramatic clip that went viral. Why the fake clip felt so real. What fascinated fans and creators alike was the fact that the fake audio was believable. It matched the pressures, emotions, and conversations that many performers realistically navigate. Wrestling couples are unique because their personal and professional lives overlap more than in most other industries. Their choices affect storylines, schedules, audience expectations, and sometimes the careers of others. The believable nature of the fake clip showed how invested fans are in these performers' lives and how easily lines can blur between character and reality. The greater conversation this story created. Even though the leaked audio wasn't authentic, it opened meaningful discussions about the challenges wrestling couples face. Fans started talking about work-life balance in sports entertainment, the difficulty of synchronizing personal milestones with demanding schedules, the weight of public expectations, and how much pressure is placed on performers to maintain both their careers and their personal happiness. It became a rare moment where fans looked beyond the storylines and saw the human side of the people they cheer for. A reminder about wrestling culture and real life. This entire situation served as a reminder of how easily social media can distort events and how quickly rumors can take on a life of their own. It highlighted how important it is for fans to approach leaked content with skepticism, compassion, and awareness of performers' privacy. Seth and Becky, like all wrestling stars, are real people navigating the same kinds of pressures, fears, and joys that everyone else experiences. Only they do it under the brightest spotlight imaginable. What fans can take away from this? At the end of the day, this fictional drama sparked one of the most emotional conversations the wrestling community has had in years. It reminded fans to think critically about viral clips, to remember that performers are human, and to appreciate the complexity of balancing personal joy with professional commitment. It also highlighted the passion and loyalty of wrestling fans, something that continues to make this community one of the most dedicated and emotionally invested in all of entertainment. The story may not have been real, but the discussions, emotions, and reflections it inspired definitely were.